wake up in the morning, look at yourself in the mirror and think, who am I? You got married, had a couple kids, went into full-blown mommy mode, and then now you don't even recognize yourself. Maybe you've been in a toxic relationship, realized you deserve better, left that loser in the dust. Now you're ready to rebrand, reset, and become the highest version of yourself. Girl, I got you. I feel you. I've been there. You see, the new you is not that hard to find. It's time to enter your It Girl era, and I'm gonna give you the blueprint so that way you and I can reach our goals together. Speaking of which, consider this your official enrollment in the It Girl University. Orientation starts right now. Grab your notebooks because class is officially in session. Hi gorgeous, my name is Natalie, Dean of Students at the It Girl University. In today's video, we're talking about your official rebrand, your transformation to the ultimate It Girl. I have your official 6-month blueprint. To make this transformation even easier, I've actually created a free digital glow up guide planner. The link is gonna be in the description box below. It's absolutely free, and it's gonna have a skincare tracker, fitness tracker, a place for you to create a vision board to really help you on this journey of rebranding yourself. Okay, so let's talk the rebrand. Luxury brands are iconic for a reason. They understand the power of purpose, how they're perceived, and positioning. So that's what we're gonna do. That is the position that we're gonna take, okay? We are going to treat ourselves like a high-end luxury brand doing a cute little relaunch. So number one, purpose. What is your reason why? You need to take the time to think about this. This is very important. What about yourself do you want to change and why? What's the outcome? What are you looking for? I know for me personally, I just wanted to feel better about myself. When I looked in the mirror, I did not recognize myself. I felt like I was this fabulous person trapped in the body of someone very mediocre. And I don't mean it in a bad way. I mean it in a way that I know that I could do better. I know that I can accomplish more. I know that I could put forth more effort. And I also can tell the difference on how I moved through the world when I didn't put my best self forward. If you don't think that you're treated differently by the way you present yourself in society, you're sleeping. I'm sorry, you're asleep. And I had to make a decision. Do I want my life to be easier or do I want it to be harder than it already is? I'm a woman. I'm a Black woman at that. I definitely don't want it to be harder than it already is automatically for me just being born. So I realized that this is a game and I'm gonna play it, and I wanted to be treated differently. I wanted to be treated the way that I felt inside. So think about your purpose. That's first and foremost. The next thing is perception. How do you want to be perceived? Do you want to be Hermes or do you want to be Shein? Okay, I hope if you're on this video, it better be Hermes. There's no, if it's not Hermes or another high-end luxury brand, and you could choose which one that is, then I'm gonna need you to click off this video respectfully. We're not doing Shein. We are doing quality. We're doing exclusivity. So you're not mass produced, and not everyone can have your aura, that it girl factor. You need to really treat yourselves with the utmost respect. And when you do that, people will do the same. So how do you want to be perceived? You need to think about that type of stuff. Number 3, positioning. How do you want to position yourself? What's your niche? What type of people are drawn to you, the person that you are inside? What type of circles do you want to be in? What type of connections do you want to make? However that is, whatever that looks like to you, you need to show up as that woman, Does that make sense? You need to be the person that's in those circles automatically. And you might feel like that person on the inside. What we're gonna do is we're gonna marry the two, how you feel on the inside and how you show up on the outside together. We're gonna marry those two together so that way you can position yourself in these circles amongst these types of people. It's very important. We don't want to miss that particular step. So over the 6 months, we're going to undergo a physical transformation, a style transformation, and a mental transformation. A mindset shift is what we're going to go through. This video is going to be split up into course syllabuses. I'm going to have the chapters linked down below, so that way if you need to come back to any of these courses, you can do that in the future. But first, I do want you to watch it all the way through. I want you to save this video, download it, so that way you can come back to it as a reference. Keep in mind, I'm definitely going to be doing deeper dives into all of the subjects that we're going to talk about today. So be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that way you don't miss any of my upcoming uploads, because they're coming up right after this. Over the next 6 months, we're going hard, baby, okay? So I don't want you to miss it. Make sure you're subscribed, all right? Okay, we're going to start with probably one of my favorite things, and that is the physical transformation. So for months 1 and 2, we're going to start on our physical. So skincare, we're going to start off by addressing our skin. Whether you have oily, acne-prone skin, dry skin, or combination skin, we're going to establish a solid skincare routine, either via research, an esthetician, or a dermatologist, depending on the severity of your situation. My mother has always said, your face is your passport. And honestly, I can't agree more. I grew up with acne-prone skin from the age of 13 till today. I have been oily and I have been acne prone for as long as I can remember. It's something that can really mess with your self-esteem, and it's something I really struggled with. Keep in mind, I didn't start wearing makeup until I was probably in my 30s, maybe. So I was really out here. I was really out here with the skin just not skinning at all, and with all of my flaws on Front Street. So you can only imagine what something like that can do to your self-esteem. I think one of the best things that I ever did is tackle my skincare. If you are struggling with your skin like I was, and you had any particular issues that could not be addressed with over-the-counter medication, I'm gonna go ahead and highly recommend you consult a dermatologist. Go ahead and consult a dermatologist, sis. Doing that really changed the game for me, because then it allowed me to understand exactly what was happening with my skin and what products were recommended in order for me to fix that. The second thing that I wanna talk about is consulting with an esthetician. Maybe your issue isn't gonna be acne prone skin. Even if you are acne prone and it's not severe, then you can go to an esthetician as well, who can let you know, hey, this is what I'm seeing, this is what I recommend, and you can start doing monthly facials, or they can recommend some medical grade skincare for you. I think it's worth the investment. I think if you don't invest in anything else, I'm gonna say you need to invest in your skin, because, say it with me, your face is your passport. So what we're gonna do is we are going to create a skincare regimen, and we're going to establish a solid skincare routine. Remember, I do have a skincare tracker in that free planner that I've left in the description box below. So you're gonna use that to write down what your cleanser is gonna be, what serums that you're gonna use, what moisturizer. There's gonna be some non-negotiables in this. So a nice gentle cleanser, some exfoliation, whether chemical or physical, serums to treat, and then you're gonna have like heavier treatments that you're gonna use only at night. You're definitely gonna want a sunscreen, non-negotiable, and a moisturizer if your skin can tolerate it. In another video, I'm gonna get on the body care routine that you've gotta start right now, but that's gonna be to come, so make sure you subscribe. The next thing that we're gonna talk about is gonna be establishing a fitness routine. Now, I'm not saying that you gotta get up, go all out, be working out 3 to 5 days in the gym, lifting super heavy weights starting tomorrow. No, baby, we're not doing that, especially if you are getting up there in age, which I am. Not to say that I don't have the energy, because I definitely have the energy. And if I wanted to wake up every single day and hit the gym and hit the weights, I can, and I have. But if you are doing a complete overhaul and you want to ease into this and you want to start to slowly stack your habits, I'm going to recommend starting with something you already love doing. If that's hitting the gym 3 to 5 days a week, hit the gym, sis. If that's walking, I want you to walk every single day. If that's running, I want you to run several times a week. If that's doing Pilates, then I need you to do Pilates. I love mat Pilates. When I tell you I love, love, love mat Pilates, you don't need to go and use a reformer. It's not that necessary, especially if you don't have the budget, right? And what we're trying to do is something that you don't need to run out and buy a whole bunch of equipment. You can start with something as simple as walking. If you're gonna start with walking, which I highly, highly recommend, either walking outside or on a treadmill if you have one, 45 minutes to an hour is the sweet spot. You don't have to do it on a crazy incline. You don't have to do that. What you need to do is you need to find out, based on your age, what your fat burning heart rate is. And then you're gonna get some sort of a heart rate monitor. If you have an Apple Watch, put on your Apple Watch. You're gonna monitor your heart rate, make sure that the pace that you're walking is in line with your fat burning heart rate, okay? And that's what you're gonna keep for 45 minutes to an hour, okay? I promise you. Listen, if you don't take any other tip from this video today, I promise you the fat is going to melt off of your body in combination with you eating well, which is what we're gonna talk about right now. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if you really wanna take control of your health, if you really wanna tap into that ultimate vision that you have for yourself, you're gonna have to take care of your health, sis. You're gonna have to. This isn't even about being skinny. This is about being healthy. This is about just taking care of our bodies, because our bodies is what carries us, all right? So we're not gonna be able to get away from that. Like I said, this isn't about being skinny. This is about being healthy. Losing weight is gonna be a byproduct of you moving more and you eating healthy foods within the amount of calories that you need to sustain your life on a daily basis. That's it, that's all. So we're gonna stop some certain habits. We're gonna push the plate away when we're full. We're not gonna be eating at 12 midnight and then going to sleep at 12:30. We're gonna stop drinking unnecessary sodas and artificial sugars. There's just things that we just need to stop doing for health. It's something that I'm also working on, guys. So as I'm talking to you, I'm talking to me, all right? I lost over 30 pounds and I do have a video already filmed talking about how I did this and actually did it pretty easily. First of all, of course, I have a meal tracker in that free digital glow up guide planner that I have linked for you down below. What you're gonna do is you're gonna figure out, based on your height, based on your weight, you're going to figure out how many calories you need to take in per day to just maintain your current weight. So first, I know, listen, I hate getting on the scale. I hate getting on the scale. But for this, we're gonna have to get on the scale, if even once. Because what you wanna find out is how many calories you need to take in every single day to maintain your current weight. Once you find out that amount of calories, then you're going to subtract either 250 calories, 300 calories, or 500 if you're ambitious per day off of that. You can take off 250 calories per day, and then you can walk an hour, and that's gonna give you that deficit that you need to start hitting your fitness goals. Does that make sense? So do what works best for you, but 250 will make a difference in combination with you moving your body every single day. I'm going to leave a calculator down below that I use to determine what my daily calorie intake should be every day to be in a deficit to hit my fitness goals. So that's number one. Number two, eating healthy, okay? Making good decisions, but not necessarily depriving ourselves. We don't need to deprive ourselves. I learned that really quick. And the reason why losing the weight that I have lost so far has been so incredibly easy for me is because I don't necessarily deprive myself. I just pay attention to what I'm eating. You'll be so surprised how quickly calories add up in liquids. okay? That soda that you're drinking, that Starbucks drink that you can't count the calories, sis, I hate to break it to you, but that is adding to your calories. What I recommend, and I feel like I'm gonna get chewed out, you're gonna wanna get a scale, okay? You're gonna wanna measure out your food. It's so important to measure your food and to track how many ounces you're eating of a particular thing to know if you are actually eating your serving size. Once you have that serving size and the calories that go along with it, then you're gonna track that. And you're gonna create pretty much a meal plan based on how many calories each thing is. So if you know you can only eat 1,600 calories in a day, if you're weighing your food, if you're even weighing the ounces of creamer that you put in your coffee, anything of that sort, then you can stay within that 1,600 calories or that 1,700 calories, whatever your max calories are for the day, you're going to more accurately stay within that. If you're just putting some cheese on some eggs and you just grab a handful, do y'all know how many calories there are in cheese? Yes, cheese is delicious, but you can go overboard. You'll be surprised what a serving size is. Like I said, I'm definitely gonna do a video so you can see exactly what I did to lose weight, and you can really get an accurate visual of how much food we eat per day. You're gonna be like, yo, am I really overeating like this? Because when I realized how much I was overeating, I probably was doing double the amount of calories I should be doing in the day. And then on top of that, I wasn't moving. I was barely moving my body. So you're gonna wanna get a food scale. I've linked one that I've gotten from Amazon down below in the description box. You're gonna wanna get a food scale, sis, okay? If you're really dedicated, you'll get this food scale, I beg of you. And there's also a couple apps that I recommend. I was tracking my macros in the app Lose It, which is this app right here. It looks like that. I actually love Lose It. I did end up paying for it, and you absolutely don't have to pay for it. This is just about how dedicated are you? How accurate do you want to be? And how much do you care about your macros? And macros are macronutrients. It's your carbohydrates, your proteins, your fats. Not only did I want to make sure that I was within a particular calorie range, I also wanted to make sure I was getting my fiber and my protein and my fats and my carbs in the right ratios. Lose It really helped me to do that. And then I used my fitness tracker and my meal tracker to track the meals that I was eating, to also figure out what my favorites were. I started to know exactly what a yogurt and some granola was as far as calories were per day. And I figured out my meal plan by doing that, by writing it down. So I love the Lose It app and I highly recommend it, but you absolutely don't need that app at all or any apps at all. But you do want to get the scale, sis. You do want to get the food scale. Please, if you don't do anything else, get the food scale. Because I promise you, if you have weight to lose, you're overeating because you don't understand how easily calories add up. We're gonna be eating healthy vegetables and fruits and grains. If we need to supplement with like a smoothie or things like that, we can do that. But for the most part, I'm gonna need you to go grocery shopping and make your own food, because that's the only way you can really count it. You can't count a meal at a restaurant. You don't know what sauces they put on it. You don't know how much oils they put on it. And I'll go into a deeper dive in another video, but we're gonna start with just cooking our own food. So the next thing that we're gonna talk about in our physical transformation is gonna be grooming. You're going to create a grooming schedule. I highly believe that if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So there's certain things that you're gonna always want to have done and taken care of at certain times of the week. Either you're doing it weekly, you're doing it bi-weekly, or you're doing it monthly. So that's gonna include hair, that's gonna include nails, feet, brows, shaving, things like that. Those are the things that I'm talking about, because you wanna be polished. You wanna always present yourself a particular way, right? You're not gonna go into Hermes one day and they're just not on it. You know, you're not gonna go into the Chanel boutique and then that day they just didn't feel like, you know, putting forth the effort to be Chanel. Does that make sense? So you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna make sure you have a schedule. For me, I have to wash my hair once a week if I want it to be fresh and set for that first day of the week, okay? Even if I'm putting my hair in a ponytail, I still make sure that my hair is clean so that way it's nice and sleek and it's not a lot of buildup. That's not how I want to present myself. You know what I mean? So you want to think about a good grooming schedule so that way you're always ready for any occasion and that you always present yourself like the high-end luxury brand that you are. So let's get into months 3 and 4. During these 2 months, we're gonna start focusing on a style transformation. In the beginning, you thought about your purpose, your why. You started to envision who you wanted to be. So during this style transformation, now what we're gonna be doing is putting the pieces of the puzzle together. The first thing you're gonna wanna start with that's very important is going through your closet and doing a declutter. If you're not happy with how you're presenting yourself, then obviously there's things in your closet that can use a little bit of an edit. So I want you to get in your closet and pull everything out, and we're going to go through each item to find out if we're going to keep it, if we're going to donate it, or if we're going to toss it. And once you do that, once you figure out what you're gonna keep and you put these items back in your closet, the next thing that you're gonna establish is the gaps within your wardrobe that you need, because you're gonna wanna have certain essentials. At some point, when you really start to hone in on your own personal style, you're gonna have kind of like a uniform. I have a uniform. My uniform is a bodysuit and some really good jeans. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna see me in a cute little bodysuit situation. I love a bodysuit. Makes me look extremely pulled together and neat, and I really just like that look. People will know you for this particular look or how you look. So it's really important that you declutter your closet so that way you can fill in the gaps that you're missing and put those essentials in there. You know, a really good black blazer that's high quality, a very well-fitting pair of jeans, a few bodysuit, a nice crisp white top. Certain things you just need, a really nice belt with great detail that pulls an outfit together, a pair of pumps, a little black dress. There's just things that you need to have in your closet so that way you can always look polished and put together. So finding your personal style, it's gonna probably take time if you have no idea what that is. In order for you to do that, you need to have a vision. You're gonna wanna go on Pinterest and you're gonna wanna figure out what items you're drawn to. What pins are you drawn to? What type of style are you drawn to? If you like something, if you like an outfit that someone has on, I want you to pin that. And I want you to continue to pin these outfits. I want you to go on there every single day and pin about 10 pins of outfits that you like. And then whatever that common denominator is about those outfits, then that's gonna be probably more your personal style, what you gravitate towards the most. It might be a neutral palette. If you're like me, I love a neutral palette. And it's not something new for me. This is not a trend or a fad. I have always dressed in neutrals since I was a child. I am not a color girl, okay? And that is okay. You have to wear what makes you happy. But maybe your pin board, maybe your board on Pinterest is full of gorgeous colors, red, jewel tones like greens, blues. That's okay. You just need to find your personal style. That's the biggest tip here. In addition to your style and finding your style, we gotta talk about makeup here just a little bit. You also wanna find your everyday makeup look. Just that makeup look that really enhances your beauty. It doesn't cover it up. So I think it's so important to take the time to figure out what your makeup look is gonna look like. If you look at any of my videos in the past, it's gonna be bronzer, it's gonna be a little bit of blush, a nice mauve lip, and that's that on that, okay? I'm very predictable. This is my look. Now, it took me some time to get to this. It's taken me some time to find this look for myself, but this is how I feel the most comfortable, and I love it. So you're gonna do the same exact thing. If you have no idea how to do your makeup, then you need to start practicing, sis. You're gonna practice. Practice makes perfect. I didn't start wearing makeup until I was in my 30s. My 30s. It's okay if you don't immediately feel that you're doing it properly. I want you to look up some tutorials on YouTube. I want you to follow people who do their makeup similar to how you want to do it. And I want you to start following their makeup tutorials. And then you're going to start practicing. You're going to get in front of the vanity, get in front of your bathroom mirror, and you're going to start practicing your own makeup. So now we're actually at the best part. We're gonna be talking about the mindset shift that's gonna come along with this It Girl transformation. So through months 5 and 6, we're really gonna dig very, very deep, if not earlier than that, and really start to tap into our inner selves. What I want to talk about is whether or not you are experiencing any negative self-talk. If you are, now's the time to stop. Now's the time to stop. We're not talking negatively about ourselves anymore from this second on. The only thing we're going to talk about, the only thing we're going to address is what we want. Not what we don't want or what we don't like about ourselves. We're going to look ourselves in the mirror and we are going to speak life into ourselves. Because if not you, then who? You might be in a toxic relationship where someone is bringing you down. They're making you believe that you are not worthy or that you're not worth the utmost care and respect, and you are. So I want you to be the first person to stop talking negatively about yourself. And the second thing you're gonna do is stop believing what other people say about you. You know who you are in the core of it all. You know who you are. So believe that. Don't believe what they're saying. It's not true. It's a trick. It's a game. Your mind is so impressionable. Your subconscious mind is beyond impressionable. What you say, it believes, and all it's gonna do is create the reality that goes along with what you're saying. I hope you caught that. If not, rewind that. You gotta stop talking negative about yourself, okay? That's that on that. If you're suffering with some sort of imposter syndrome where you don't believe that you're good enough to do a particular thing, I suffered with that immensely. I didn't think I was good enough to even get on here and do YouTube. And then I just had to say, girl, you enjoy it, you love it. Stop talking bad about yourself and stop believing that you're not good enough when you're more than capable. You're more than capable. You would not have the desire to do something if you were not capable. God would not give you the desire if you weren't capable of seeing this desire through, if you didn't have the tools to accomplish whatever goals that you want. You're meant for so much more out here. Whatever your goals are, whatever your desires are, you need to just get after it. You need to believe in yourself. You need to have faith, unwavering faith that it's gonna work. Words of affirmation. I want you to come up with a list of words of affirmation, about 20, and I want you to start repeating these to yourself every single day. It's important. You're gonna trick your mind into believing all of this stuff. And once it believes that, that's it. That is it. I would make myself believe that I wasn't pretty enough, I wasn't smart enough, I wasn't good enough. And then when I started to talk positively to myself and say words of affirmation to myself, I looked at myself in the mirror completely different. It works, but I need you to try it. The next thing that we're gonna talk about, which is probably not gonna be as easy for a lot of you guys, is we need to take a social media break. We need to take a social media break. I'm gonna tell you why. For many people, social media is literally part of the reasons why they don't feel good about themselves. Many people look at social media and they start to compare themselves to certain people, or they start listening to narratives that are being pushed on social media, and they start identifying with these things, and it's just not good for you mentally. So either you're gonna start cleaning up your timeline and you're only gonna follow people who inspire you, or you only follow pages that make you happy, that give you knowledge, but not that bring you down or make you feel not good about yourself. And you don't wanna be following somebody who you think, oh, I wish I could be like them. No, we're not doing that. That's negative. So we're not doing that. We don't wish we could be like anybody. What we wish for is that we would be our best self, ourselves, and you can do that. All you need to do is get up and do it. We're gonna need to take a social media break. If you can take one for a month, that'd be amazing. Even longer would be cool, but for some of us, social media is literally what we do. You know, we create content and that might make you happy, and if it does, then albeit stay on social media. That means you've cracked the code, or you've controlled your timeline enough where you feel confident that you can stay on social media. If not, then you need to take a break, or you need to clean up your timeline. The next thing that we're gonna work on is gonna be our confidence level. Confidence is so important, and honestly, it's almost all you need. So when we talked about some of our physical transformations, when we talked about what we're gonna do, it's our skincare, our fitness, our health, slowly but surely that confidence is gonna start kicking in. Because if, let's say, your skin was making you feel not so confident, then as your skin starts to either clear up or starts to glow or whatever have you, then the confidence is gonna naturally grow. So you also wanna start working on how you walk into a room. What's your posture look like? Do you stand up really straight? How's your eye contact? Are you able to stare at somebody directly in their eyes without looking away? Because that is a huge sign of confidence, is to be able to stare literally into someone's soul. Try it on somebody close to you. When you start talking to them, I want you to just lock eyes with them and don't look away. Let them look away first. And then start to do that more and more and more. That way, the next time you go somewhere or you're at an event or something like that and you are having a conversation with someone and you lock eyes with them, I'm telling you, it's gonna make such a major impression. So we really wanna work on confidence. And like I have said throughout this entire video, we're gonna do deeper dives into all of these topics later. I would love it if you leave some ideas or topics that you do want me to talk about and address that have something to do with all of these things. That way I can make the videos that you wanna see as well. But all of these videos are coming. Everything that we're talking about in this video today, I have a follow-up video for where we go a little bit further in depth. I can't do it on this video because if so, this video would be 2 hours long. So I promise you, we're gonna talk about confidence. We're gonna talk about femininity. We're gonna talk about negative self-talk. We're gonna talk about changing our friend groups. We're gonna talk about all of this stuff when it comes to making the mental mind shift needed in order to really tap into that real deal it girl energy. Okay, so the next thing that we're gonna talk about when it comes to a mental mind shift, and it's probably one of the most important things, is gratitude. I feel like everybody talks about this, and I gotta say my piece. They're talking about it because it's real. Gratitude is literally like magic. When you're grateful for the things that you have right now, you're able to receive the things that you want in the future far more easily than you would if you didn't have the gratitude for what you have now. It doesn't matter where you live, it doesn't matter what car you drive, what bed you sleep in. You need to be thankful and you need to be grateful for what you have now. And you can do that by writing that down and feeling the thoughts that go along with your gratitude, in addition to treating those things like you're grateful for it. For instance, if you have a car, I don't care if the bumper is falling off on that car, you're gonna keep that car clean. You're gonna wash that baby up, you're gonna shine that baby up, and you're gonna keep the inside smelling delicious, okay? And when you get in the car every single day and you drive it, you're going to thank it for carrying you to your destination safely. Make sense? Same thing with your home. Maybe you're in an apartment, but you see yourself in a high-rise somewhere, right? You want ultimate endless views of the city. That's great. Maybe right now that's not where you're at, and that's okay. But what I want you to do is you're gonna keep your house clean. You're gonna care for it. You're gonna show it some gratitude for sheltering you every single day, for allowing you a place to sleep and rest your head without having to be out on the streets like a lot of people deal with on a daily basis. That alone deserves your gratitude, okay? It works. That's why we talk about it so much. There is gonna be a gratitude journal in your planner. I want you to wake up and I want you to write down what you're grateful for. I want you to feel the feelings that go along with that gratitude. And then I want you to treat that person or that thing or that item, that house, that car, whatever it is, like you are grateful for it. That is the magic. That is the magic. So if you don't do nothing else and you do that, I promise you, your world is gonna change. And I want you to come back here, okay, to the comments and let me know how that worked. And if you have experienced a shift in your lifestyle because of having this gratitude, leave a comment below so that way the other girls know that I am not playing. Okay, another thing I think is super important, especially if you choose to take a social media break, is reading some books, self-help books. I'm going to leave a few of my favorites, game-changing self-help books that I have read the last few years that really have helped in completely changing my entire life. I'm gonna leave some of those in the description box below. The Power of Now has been absolutely game-changing for me. I love that book. it really helped me with my anxiety and my depression. I had major depression and I had major anxiety for a number of years, and it kept me stuck. And all I had to do was read that book, and it completely changed my life. So I'm gonna recommend that one book right now, and in follow-up videos, I will recommend follow-up books to read after that really were instrumental in changing my life, and still changing my life, because I'm still on this journey with you guys. We're doing this together. Another thing that's going to be really helpful with mindset is practicing meditation. It's not easy. I would say you're going to want to start with some sort of guided meditation, but being silent is powerful. Sitting with your thoughts a lot is just not always the best thing, especially if you're not thinking of anything that's positive. So quieting your mind is really helpful, and it's something that you're gonna have to work on. It's like a muscle in order to get to the point where you can really meditate effectively. So I would say start with some sort of guided meditations if you want to implement that, but I do think it's a great practice to implement, and it's gonna help you along this journey of changing, of rebranding yourself and eliminating a lot of the roadblocks that were stopping you from becoming your best self. Okay, gorgeous. So that's it. That's the blueprint. That is what we are going to start working on. And I'm starting today. I'm literally going to grocery shopping so that way I can prep my meals and get ready to go on this transformation with you. Are you guys ready? Are you ready to start? And if so, I want you to comment down below what your start date is. So I want you to also comment below, what are you most excited to start? Is it like your skincare? Is it health and fitness? Is it your mindset? The mindset is like really big. You can go throughout the months and you can pull from things. If you want to start with mindset right now, start with mindset, sis. You can definitely do that. But I want you to comment down below what you're the most excited to get started on. I want us to start talking in the comments. I want us to create a community of aspiring it girls, so that way we can help each other out and help lift each other up. I've also created an It Girl University Facebook group. It is private. You can click the link below in order to join. I want that to be a space where we get to really talk and get to know each other much more deeper on a personal level. I really want to create a tight knit group of women who all have the same goals and really want to be their best selves. We can encourage each other, we can hype each other up, we can lift each other up, and we can share tips and what we're doing that is going to further assist us on this journey that we're on. Follow me on social media. If you like this video, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss any of my follow-up videos that have to do with this glow up, this it girl transformation, this rebrand that we've been talking about. Also, share this with a friend that you want to go on this journey with, so you guys can have the tools needed to reach your goals together. Class is officially over. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Love you. Mwah.